Okay, so once again, Overwatch has given us another update, and I've looked at everything, I've tried everything, and oh god. I'm just gonna talk about what is going on with this update, and the first thing I'm noticing is that there's no such thing as defense and offense anymore. I'm a little... I don't know how I feel about this. I sort of like it, because it makes it less harder to find people, in my opinion. But then again, like, it sort of gave you a system of what everyone could do. So why get rid of it? Why is there only tank damage, I guess it's called now, and support? Why? Why is it called this? I don't know. I'm not gonna question it, and I have looked over every single character, and I'm first gonna talk about the obvious one, the new character, Wrecking Ball. And yes, I do have a skin for him. It's nothing to brag about. He's just purple. So, first I'm gonna talk about him. I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw this character, I sort of questioned my life, wondering why they put a hamster in here. I'm still wondering why a hamster. But then I played as him, and he's actually not that bad, in my opinion. You might think he's bad. That's your opinion. I'm not telling you what to think. But I personally kind of like this guy. Like, yeah, here, I'm just gonna demonstrate some of the things that he can do. His bullets run out kind of fast. Like, look, two people, and I only have 32 bullets. It doesn't seem like a big thing to care about. But it sort of is when you're in the heat of battle. I have played as him in a real game, and him up against Tracer just sucks. While you're busy reloading, she's just shooting, and then when you're trying to shoot, she's reloading and teleporting places. I think Tracer is one of his weaknesses. But that's not what we're talking about. So, I checked out his abilities, and he can turn into a ball. I just find that really hilarious. And you can just run around the battlefield as a tiny little ball. And he has this shield ability. It sort of reminds me of something he can do with, like, D.Va, if that makes sense. Just let me rephrase this. D.Va has a mini little shield that sucks up damage, and this sort of does the same thing, but if you get shot with it, I've noticed it sort of takes it away. So yeah, that's the shield. It does increase the damage a little bit, and the health. Not by a lot, I've noticed. It's very tiny damage, but I don't know how it would affect that. And another thing that I think's cool is he's called Wrecking Ball for a reason. So his L2 ability, or whatever console you're playing on, it's different for everyone. You attach to things, and you can sort of swing yourself around. And this is actually really good for getting up to high areas. But if it can reload, I can show you an example of something that can happen. It's kind of annoying, but you just sort of have to get used to it. If you use it if you use it for a certain amount of time, the line will shrink a little, so it doesn't give you as much space as you did when you started off with it. So as you're seeing, when I first started it, I could go above the railing by going this way. Now it shrunk, so I can't do that anymore. I can only go on this side if I get enough momentum, which I probably won't, unless if I'm very lucky like that, yeah. Okay, and this. Yeah, when you're in air, it doesn't do a lot. I'm just gonna say, that's one of the abilities I think is a letdown. When you're just in the air and you do that ability, it doesn't really do a lot of damage as you thought it would. And his ultimate, we're not even gonna talk about his ultimate. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna demonstrate it so you can see how ridiculous I think this is. You set down mines, and they are so visible. Like, I thought if it was a landmine, it would, like, go into the ground. But it's not. What the hell? This is so stupid. And, like, it sort of takes forever to shoot down. See, yeah, it took 2 mines to kill 1 person. Oh, my God. That's a little disappointing. And I have noticed that the mech that you walk around in is like a translator to the hamster. So watch, I'm gonna demonstrate, but let's go somewhere that you can't hear shooting. Like, I'm gonna do a voice line that I got, and it says, "Beware of small mammals." Now, what it's gonna do is the hamster is gonna say it, but you won't hear it, but then the ball will translate it. I'll demonstrate it for you. You see? Like, it translates it. I think that's so cool, because we've never had a character in Overwatch that actually needed something to have translated. I really think that's cool. Because, you know, plus for the fact that this is an animal that we're talking about. It's still, like I said at the beginning of the video, questioning why it was a hamster out of everything, and why it couldn't just be the ball itself. But, you know, not gonna give too much shit to Blizzard. But that is not everything with this update. They have done stuff to some characters. For example, Genji. I have no idea if you guys have noticed this at all, but Andrew actually pointed this out, because he's a Genji main, not me. You know, I'm a Sombra main, and he said that his deflect is shorter now, and it's like, it doesn't last very long, and it's kind of slow. So if I go over to these guys, because they're like the only ones that shoot, just if we can get it fast enough, you can see that they kind of don't. Yeah, see? They used to be much faster than that. That's what you get. It used to be much faster than that. Like, it's kind of slow now. I'll wait for these guys to come back to demonstrate one more time. Yeah, I don't know how it is with a bigger variety of bullets, but that's what I've noticed so far. Hey, maybe they didn't change anything with the hero. Maybe it's just the fact that this guy has smaller bullets, and it isn't really contracting a lot to Genji's sword. But that's what I've noticed so far. And another hero, because this isn't the only hero that they've done to. I was messing around, and I actually don't know if this is a real thing that they added, but I noticed something with Torbjorn. As you can see, if you look, the scrap is going up a lot faster than it used to. I don't know if this was an actual thing. I don't know if, like, I know it did absolutely used to be slower, but I don't know if this was part of this update or if it was part of last update. So it's sort of like a theory thing. It's not like 100% certain. Don't take my word on it. I'm just saying from experience that it seems like his scrap is going up much faster. That's really all I've noticed with Torbjorn. There's not a lot. They don't really touch Torbjorn too much. They don't really touch a lot of characters, but there is one character where they have touched so much, and I actually didn't think that they would mess around with this character. They completely changed Symetra. Like, she is almost completely changed. First of all, she used to have 100 bullets. Not really bullets, like a beam. And now it's 70. The detail of the beams and little tiny orbs have changed. Like, I actually like how it looks. You see, like, they have more detail. And you can shoot the balls a little bit faster when they're going in a little orb-like thing. And the beam. You have to now aim accurately. to do it. It's not like you can like just suck onto them and then just jump up and down and do all that crazy shit that other Symetra mains do and it'll stay locked on. No, it's not going to do that anymore. You have to actually precisely aim. But the more that the beam stays on the target, the more powerful it gets. As you see there. So I'm just going to wait for them to come back and I'm going to try to do all the crazy stuff that you would do with a Symetra main. And see, it's not really sticking and curving like it used to. Like, you actually have to aim this. I sort of like it. I wouldn't say I'm a Symetra main, but I'm decent with her enough to that I took advantage of it. It doesn't really affect me all that much, but I know everyone that's a Symetra main out there will be affected, and that's not really the most major thing. Another thing that they've done is her abilities. They sort of all changed. The only thing that hasn't technically changed is the turrets. Like, there's still, the ability is still turrets, but it's changed enough so that now you can only have 3. And you can't really see where you're placing them. You sort of just throw them on anywhere. It doesn't matter. As long as you're looking onto it, it just throws it on. And you're only allowed to do 3. So watch, I'm going to try to place another one, and one of them's going to disappear. See? You can only do 3. That is kind of annoying, but the thing that they have done with the turrets is that they're a little bit more powerful now. And they have gotten rid of Symetra's old ultimate, so there are no more shield generators and teleporters as her ultimate, but they have made her teleporter an ability. And I'm just going to demonstrate this ability. I actually don't really like this all that much. I sort of liked her old ability, but you place it, and it is a certain distance away from the other one. And it only stays up for a short period of time. Instead of just walking through it, you have to press L3 to go through it. And I'm going to do it again because I did it and it seemed like me using it destroyed it, but it didn't. And then again, L3 is different for any other console, but I just find this weird. Like, why would you make it only stay up for a certain amount of time? They have to be in a certain range, but you can do it longer. I'm going to try. Yeah, alright, that seems like a far enough distance. I can do this, and it's gonna stay there. So, like, it is helpful when you're, like, for example, in personal experience, when you're crossing that Hanamura gap, that's near the main temple with the little bridge. It's good for that, but other than that, not really helpful, in my opinion. And, oh, we should take a look at Symetra's ultimate. She now becomes Donald Trump and builds a goddamn wall. It's like a barrier, so I'm gonna build it over here to demonstrate what it can do, because it does affect the enemies. So you place it down. I actually like the animation of her placing the wall. It becomes a wall, and nobody can shoot through it if you're on the enemy team. You can walk through it, but the enemies can't shoot through it. You can shoot through it, though. If you're on that team, you can shoot through it. I'm gonna try to get my ultimate one more time, just so I can show this. This might take a little bit. Back here. They don't like me today. Yeah, you see, now I have to be more precise with how I'm aiming this. There you are. Alright, by the time I get back over there, I should have it. Oh, I don't. That's stupid. There we go. Alright, gotta make sure it's lined up, and there. So, you see, again, they can't shoot through this, but I can. Because I'm on the side with the wall. I thought when I have heard of this wall. I thought that you wouldn't be able to walk through it, and I thought that that was so overpowered, but it's actually not. And I'm gonna actually use the teleporters to get over faster. I'm not saying that the teleporters are useless. I'm not saying that they're the most helpful thing in the game, but you know, Blizzard did whatever they wanted. Ew. And again, it's sort of like the next character is sort of small, like Torbjorn, but it sort of has the same mechanics as Symetra now. They've made it with Moira. Again, this is another thing that Andrew pointed out. Like Symetra, now you have to be more precise with how you're aiming it. Just by a little bit, not a whole lot. Like, it's not gonna latch on, but it will latch on to them if you do it right. Like, you just have to... I don't know if they increased it lengthwise. I'm pretty sure they haven't because they don't like to do anything with Moira. But, yeah, it's sort of with Symetra. You have to aim a little bit. Like, I remember, I think you used to be able to, like, go up here and have it hit them. But now, you gotta be a little bit more accurate with how you're doing this shit. And now, I saved this person for last. They, I guess you could say, buffed Sombra. Yeah. She, like, I like what they did with her, and I sort of don't. And as anyone that knows I'm a Sombra main knows that I don't really like it when they mess with Sombra in a bad way. Like with the last update, they made it so that when you hack an enemy, it doesn't give you ultimate charge anymore. And that really pissed me off, because that's sort of how I got it. Like, it's not like I relied on hacking to get ultimate. Like, I shot people, like, 24/7, because you're supposed to in Overwatch. It's either you kill or be killed. But what they did do is that when you go invisible, you can stay invisible for as long as you want now. And, well, not technically. Like, if you get shot, you'll obviously get kicked out of it. But they made it so now, I'm gonna try to measure this. I believe it is that you now walk the same exact speed as you would originally be walking. You know, when you used to be Sombra, you used to be a little bit fast. Or not a little bit fast, you used to be faster, but now they made it so that you still keep that momentum of fastness, but you don't move as fast as you used to. Like, you're not able to, like, speed across gaps and all that shit like you would before the update. And what they also did is that it's sort of the same exact thing with the beacon. See, I throw my beacon down, and I now can keep it up as long as I want. But they now added a new L3 feature, where you can actually destroy the beacon. I'm gonna get close to the beacon so I can show this to you. You can now destroy it with that button. I actually think that that is very helpful for the fact that if anyone plays a Sombra and knows, you place down your beacon somewhere, you know, you're not really thinking, you're just placing it down for later, then you just teleport back to it, and then there's like enemies everywhere just waiting for you to come back, and it's so annoying. So you could just place it down, and if you see anyone, you can just get rid of it. Like, you don't... The game isn't forcing you to have that little time thing right on your crosshair until you have to get to the beacon. I like that. And you can just get rid of it if you don't want to. So if you accidentally press R1, you don't have to teleport to the beacon or get rid of it. Or not get rid of it. Or wait for the timer to go out before you can see again. You could just get rid of it, and it's as simple as that. And no, it did not do anything to her ultimate. I'm very happy about that. And there you have it, guys. I believe that I've pretty much covered everything in the newest update for Overwatch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if there's anything that I might have missed during this video, please comment down below and be like, Avenger, you're stupid. You forgot this, this, and this. And I'll be like, okay, I am stupid. And I'll see what I can do with it. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys the next time that I do something stupid, or another update for a game that's popular comes out, or if I just feel like having attention for once in my life. I will see you guys in the next one. Boop. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned this, but, and now, when you go into a real game, there are things called endorsement points. It's basically where you can give positive feedback to 3 of the teammates that you choose, and you can either choose between sportsmanship, good teammate, or shot caller. They're sort of self-explanatory when you really think about it, and I sort of just wanted to add that part in, and along with the fact that you can still do your cards like you originally did.